Hi Sagittarius, welcome. So Sagittarius, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to start with the spiritual general messages and then I'm going to go into the you versus them love reading. I am time stamping this. Actually, I'm not time stamping this. My readings are timeless. I just trust that whenever you find this, that's when you're meant to hear it. And let's get into it. Sagittarius. Oh my gosh. So I actually already have a card out because I was shuffling and I was getting ready to start the video and this card came out and then I had an interruption. But I wanted to keep it because I feel that it's relevant. I'm still going to get extra cards out though, but I'm feeling like a little bit of an erratic energy, and I've kind of felt that for the majority of the signs that I've read for so far. Obviously, collectively speaking, astrologically speaking, it's a busy time, and so you may be feeling that weighing on you or impacting your energy. The good news is, though, that the card that did come out was the card of Venus, which is all about love and harmony. It's a very playful, a very pleasure-filled energy. It's like one of my favorite cards to get. So, and I was also getting the song Love on the Brain by Rihanna. So that just might be at the forefront of what you have going on, your love life, or just love in general, your emotional life, relationships being highlighted. But let's get into it further and see. You did have a card pop out. It is the card of existence. To me, this card always reminds me of like somebody who's kind of questioning like their existence, just point blank period. I don't know if you've been, asking yourself a lot of deeper questions or just in the space of like contemplation, okay, Sagittarius, but that's what's showing up here. And yeah, I keep having cards flip, but they're not coming out of the deck. So hold on a second. What else? There we go. We have the card of integration and receptivity. I get a sense of like, sometimes hindsight is 20/20. And sometimes like when we're living something, it's hard to see, objectively ourselves, right? Or why something is occurring, or the purpose of all of it. And I'm getting a sense of like you kind of getting that 20/20 vision, right? As we come into this time frame, that's kind of helping you to see why things took place for you, helping you to connect the dots, helping you to kind of put it together, because you do have the card of integration here, which is kind of like putting the puzzle pieces together. Also, kind of integrating everything that you've learned and everything that you know and everything that you are and putting it into practice. That's called wisdom, right? And then you have the card of receptivity, which is about being open and receptive to what's coming forward for you. And I feel a lot of good energy. This card wanted to come out earlier as well, and I put it back. It's the card of projections, but it reminds me of the Two of Cups, the soulmates card. So again, highlighting relationships, but also highlighting possibly mirroring or projecting in relationships. So let's go further, Sagittarius, and see what we have coming through for you. What can Sagittarius expect during this time frame? Woo! I felt, oh yes, excuse me. I felt a huge shift in my energy. It made me yawn, actually. So let's see, what do we have coming through? Seven of Cups, Two of Swords. What does Sagittarius need to know? The Hermit. Ooh, and the Seven of Swords. Ooh. I mean, just look at this card combination. This is about confusion, veils being worn, uncertain, unable to like see the truth of something. The Seven of Swords is deception, things happening behind the scenes. And then the Hermit, some of you Virgo energy involved in this. Others of you, this is just like a sense of going within and needing to kind of self-reflect to figure out what your truth is. Not necessarily to figure out what somebody else's truth is, but what's your truth, right? What's your truth? Because I think that's important, right? And when you don't know where you stand with other people, you need to ask yourself, where do I stand with myself? You know, since I don't have any control over other people and I have no control over what they decide to show or share with me, then I need to take my control back and figure out what I'm doing in the situation, how I'm feeling in the situation. And it's like bringing it back to the center of you, Sagittarius, because it looks to me like there's a little bit of shisty shit going on. Excuse my language, you know what I mean? Like, it's definitely a sense of like feeling like you can't really trust the motives of others or trust maybe a certain person, or just maybe in general. Maybe it's not even about a specific person, just paranoia. That's what I feel here. And I feel this coming from your energy, but it could be coming with somebody you're connecting with as well. So take what's resonating. It's funny because I got a same and similar message in the Libra reading, where I think I even titled it like, is this intuition or paranoia? Because it can be hard to tell the difference, right? Like, am I feeling this way because this is a reality or this is the truth, or am I feeling this way because it's a fear that I have and I'm making it all up, you know? And I feel like that is a mind game that we play with ourselves. It's a battle we have as a society. Have you ever seen the movie The Art of Lying? You know, it's a great movie, by the way. But sometimes it's hard because there's so many mistruths, right? People falsely representing themselves, falsely representing what the truth is, and the art of lying. Like, as a human race, we have learned how to lie for many reasons, and that makes it really difficult to tell what is real, right? But it's not about like figuring out what is real in the world or what is real in others. It's about what are you making real and true for yourself, Sagittarius, because that's what matters. And, you know, I would say that base that on how you feel. Base that on how you feel. Let's go deeper into this. With some of you, just point blank period, somebody's trying to pull the wool over your eyes, or possibly you're doing that to somebody else. Or maybe you just feel like they are. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Let's see. Queen of Swords. 7 of Wands. The 3 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles. I feel like irritation around this. Or maybe just irritation in general. The Queen of Swords, it's like you got your guard up, you know, this is not somebody who is messing around. This is somebody who has their defenses up, that's in protection mode. I heard mama bear mode for some of you. But it's coming from a place of fear though, not a place of love. And that's where it gets a little sticky, right? And I don't even really want to go very deep into that right now, but I'm going to come back to that. I feel like what the encouragement is Sagittarius, to think about your future and where you're headed and not where you came from, or not the past, or not somebody else's past. I feel like the past is somehow involved in this, even though I don't have any cards that say that, but I'm sure I will get some. It's like, instead of thinking of the misgivings of others or of yourself, think about all of the things that were life-giving in the process, right? Like, one of my spiritual gurus, I won't say he's my favorite. Abraham Hicks is my favorite. But I like to listen to Bashar. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He's a channeler. But it's funny because anytime somebody brings something to him and they say, oh, I made this decision and it has caused me so much stress, or, you know, it really riled things up in my life, he always has the same response, and he always says, perfect, good, isn't that awesome? It was life-giving for you, wasn't it? And I guess sometimes that frustrates, you know, like the people that are coming to talk to him, because they're looking for a different response than that, and we're not used to hearing that. Like, no, did you hear me? I went through something that uplifted my life or changed my life or caused a lot of this and that. And it never changes his response. He always does the same thing. Well, isn't that wonderful, and isn't that life-giving? Because what he's getting at in essence is like, you grew and developed through that process, right? And a lot of times when life kind of, you know, tips and turns us around and changes when we weren't really maybe even wanting or expecting that, it always serves a higher purpose, and it gives us life. Like, we think we want these very boring and predictable and peaceful lives, and don't get me wrong, you want periods of that, okay, because your soul needs to rest, but you don't want that all the time, because honestly, you'd get bored. You would start looking to stir things up. You actually might intentionally stir things up just to get a little bit of excitement. You didn't come here to be comfortable. You came to this earth for life-giving experiences, to try new things, to put yourself out there, to shake it up a little bit, and you'll have your peaceful experience. That's why they say rest in peace. It's typically after your transition, but you'll be conscious and you'll be eternal, because you are eternal, and you'll have a little rest periods here and there throughout your life, but you don't ever want to get completely stuck in a rest period. Have you ever met people that have completely mundane ho-hum lives? They don't tend to be the happiest people. You know what I mean? Like, you need to have joy in it, and expansion, and adventure, and excitement. And I feel like as a Sagittarius, I'm like preaching to the choir here, because you guys know this better than any of the zodiac signs. I mean, and you're usually up for it, right? So anyways, let's go further and see what else we have. Oh, there's the Six of Cups. Didn't I just say somehow the past is involved? And I knew it would come up. It was there the whole time. Wow. Crazy. Five of Wands. Yeah, some of you definitely may be, you know, battling with something or struggling with something, and in a weird, funky way, it's like life-giving or motivating you, or, you know, maybe even pushing you in a different direction. Sometimes uncomfortable things come to shake us out of our comfort zones. And I have the song Wild Ones playing in my head. So I definitely feel that you may have a propensity here, Sagittarius, to go into that more confrontational, like argumentative type of energy for whatever reason. It could be in part due to a specific person that you just absolutely do not trust. You don't trust what they say. You don't trust what they do. Your guard is up, you know, is what it is. For others of you, it's more of like, in a general sense, just feeling like you can't trust people, you know, or maybe paranoid about the state of the world, or, you know, there's a lot going on collectively that's kind of bringing up this irritation within you. The encouragement isn't necessarily to drop it altogether, Sagittarius, but to kind of look towards areas of improvement, things that you do want more of, you know, putting your time, energy, and focus into things that make you happy, things that you love, things that put you in that receptive mode. Some of you are like questioning, like, what is even the purpose, you know, of all of this? And it's like life. You know, we're so busy looking for a deeper meaning that we miss the obvious. It's just life. Life-giving experiences. What are you talking about? But they also may encourage travel, to connect with your loved ones, but stay committed to being your best and your highest self, right? Some of you, it's like you're recommitting, okay, possibly to yourself, but possibly to another person. But it's about really committing your time and energy into the life-giving areas. And I feel there's a lot of speculation going on in another area of your life, or possibly within a relationship. And there's so much to flesh out with that still. There's a lot to process with that. And you'll get there. You'll get there. You're going to figure this out, Sagittarius. And sometimes the best way to figure something out is to not try to figure it out at all. Listen, the universe will always present to you what the truth is if you leave it alone. You don't got to go digging for the truth. And in fact, in the digging for it, you actually prevent yourself from truly seeing it, right? It's when you kind of release it a little bit and let it go a little bit that the truth will be brought to your doorstep. And you don't got to go out of your way to look. People will always show you who they really are, Sagittarius. Just like you're showing everybody who you really are. So, let's see what the guidance is then. Let's get into the you versus them love reading and see what else we have coming through for my Sagittarius. You have two, billions of us are living in perfect diversity. I'm going to keep this one, card number 55, 555 showing up. Fives represent conflict and change. It says, everything is always working out for me. Nothing ever goes wrong because every piece of contrast, meaning every piece of negativity that happens to you, no matter how wrong it seems, is always helping you to clarify what you do want. And that is the thing we want you to remember most of all. The contrast, no matter how it looks in any moment, is contributing mightily to your expansion. The things that you call things going wrong in your life are actually only the distance between the things that are oh so right and your current perspective about them. That's exactly what this reading was about. Wow, tarot is amazing. Okay. Woo! Let's go to the love reading. Stay right there. I'll be right back with the you versus them. Welcome back. All right, let's go into the you versus them love reading for you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind it's a general reading, so the roles can be reversed. Flip them if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And let's get into it. So, very interesting that you get the Beyond the Illusion card, considering what I just picked up in the spiritual reading, which was basically about elusiveness, not being able to see beyond the illusion. So, and really the advice was, listen, the truth always comes to the surface, and here it is, beyond the illusion. So I feel like you are getting clarity or intuitive hits or some sort of truth here. This person has the dream and sorrow. It could literally be that this person is feeling a lot of sorrow or sadness over a dream that they had that really didn't come true or didn't come to fruition. Or maybe it did, but it didn't stay. To me, this can also be like mourning the past or past decisions, things of that nature. So I feel they've got a lot going on over here. So let's look at recent past and what led up to the now. Also, how you both view and feel in the now and most likely outcome. Recent past, let's see. That happened. There's the past again. Some of you, this is somebody from the past, but I'm actually going to put those back because they were a bit messy, and we'll try again. So recent past energy for Sagittarius. 8 of Swords. 9 of Swords. The King of Cups. Yeah, and the Wheel. So I feel like Sagittarius, in the past, you know, this connection may have really put you through the ringer. It may have really done a number on your mind, on your heart, on your emotions, just your overall emotional well-being. But you know what? There was a lesson in this for you. I don't like that word lesson because that sounds punitive. There was growth in this for you. The Wheel of Fortune talks about karma and things that are soul is designed to go through for our own development. All right. So let's see this person's recent past then, and what had been going on for them. Recent past, the Sun, the Two of Cups. I feel regret in this person's energy, and I feel that in the now, not in the past. But we shall see. Yeah, I feel like in the past this person had this wild imagination, is what I heard. Now, you take that how you want to take that, but I heard wild imagination. That can be good or bad. I feel like they were conjuring up, you know, the lover of their dreams, the love of their dreams, a soulmate, happiness, you know, or at least that's what they were wanting more than anything, right? More than life itself, I feel. I heard and I feel. This person may have looked to the connection for their happiness or saw it in a very positive light, but I feel like that was their primary focus, okay, at least in the recent past. So let's see how you are perceiving each other in the now. How does Sagittarius see this person? The Four of Wands. What do they think about this person now? Three of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. And then the Two of Swords. So the Four of Wands to me is about home and family and unions. Three of Pentacles is like working together, right? On a project or on a relationship, on a family. And then the Page of Wands is like, you know, an investment here, but it's not fully developed. So it could have been that there was something about the connection that never really fully developed or has yet to develop. And there's some things that are still unseen or unknown, right, about this person. But I do feel that, you know, there is a union here, at least in the spiritual sense. And there was this desire to like work together, work on things. And yet it didn't quite develop, possibly. Or maybe it has yet to. Maybe it has the potential, but it just hasn't yet. And that might be creating some uncertainty in you, Sagittarius, as far as potentials. So let's see how this person is viewing you then. Queen of Swords, Eight of Swords, the Devil, Two of Pentacles. Well, I feel like, you know, when this person thinks of you, there's a obsessive. I mean, I don't know how else to put that. Like, there's an obsessive component, an obsession here that's showing up, and I feel it's coming from their end, but it could be them thinking you're obsessed with them. I mean, take it as it resonates. Oh, really? So this person, they don't think that you see them for who they really are, or that maybe the picture you have of them is not an accurate depiction or accurate reflection as to what they want you to see in them. And they obsess about that. Like, they obsess over how you see them. And now that could be interpreted many, many different ways. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, but it seems to be a point of contention actually within the relationship or within this person's energy field. Anytime you try to control one's perspective or thoughts about you, you are out of alignment. And yet we try to do this in society all the time. We try to mold ourselves so that people see us as we want to be seen, or so that people see us in a good light or as a good person. You know what I mean? But we don't have any control over that, because people don't see you as you really are. People see you as they really are. So if you're dealing with a cynical person, right? For example, you could be the brightest light, the purest soul on the planet, and they would still see you through cynical eyes. You get what I mean? Perception is a really tricky thing, and I feel like we bend over backwards to try and appease and get other people to agree or see us, you know, in a way that we want to, but it's a waste of energy. And actually, if you really want to flip the script on the world and your experience with other people, focus not on how they see you and focus completely on how you see them. And the more you can see everybody you meet through the eyes of purity, love, light, like you literally are looking for the best in them, you will receive the best in them and the best of them. Even the nastiest ones will maybe show you a smile. You see what I mean? That's where your power is. I didn't mean to go on that tangent, but that's important to note. And it's important for your cross watcher to understand that, because I feel like they're flipping over backwards trying to get you to see them in the way they want you to see them. And it's fruitless. So let's go into the emotional space and how you feel underneath it all. How do you feel about this person underneath it all? The Magician. The Seven of Pentacles. See, that Three of Swords tried to come out earlier, and then here it is again. I feel that, you know, a lot of your decision making is coming from a place of being wounded, okay? I feel by this person, but it may not have been. It may just be like in general, you have some sort of wounding here in the heart space, okay? And see, the thing is when you're making decisions from that wounded or fearful or insecure place, the law of attraction has a tendency to amplify that, not correct it, right? So again, I feel there's a lot to be resolved within yourself, Sagittarius, that I get that there's unresolved feelings that need to be soothed, you know, maybe some inner work that needs to be done when it comes to this connection, or maybe a connection from your past that has traumatized you, because it seems to be impacting you in kind of a negative way, but you have the ability to overcome this. Be patient with yourself. I feel like, you know, right now in your heart of hearts, it's really more so about investing time and energy into yourself, and you have the ability to create your life in any way that you want. As it pertains to how your heart feels towards this person, I feel resentment. What was that face about? Okay, not for all of you, it's a general reading, but I do feel a sense of, like, the hurt is still lingering, okay? Even if it's not about this person, it's just still there, all right? So let's see, what is going on in this person's heart space? That was that Three of Swords who was trying to make a move. What do they got going on? What's in their heart? Temperance. They're trying to keep it under control, keep it under wraps, focus on their stability, on their, I heard on their longevity, could be focusing on their health as well, but trying to detach from their emotions, trying to focus on having more fun. I'm not saying they're ignoring their feelings, but especially if they've been in a place of sadness, they absolutely are trying to ignore that, because they're trying to move away from that uncomfortable feeling. And I feel they've kind of obsessed over something enough that they may need to detach for a little bit, okay? So what is most likely outcome then for you and this person? The Page of Wands. I should say most likely outcome for now. I mean, the story always continues. Page of Wands, Queen of Cups, Eight of Wands. I feel you being kind of fired up and inspired to get in touch with your emotions, communicate how you feel, say what you want, do what you want, feel how you want to feel. This is that freedom-loving aspect of you, Sagittarius, that is, you know, hard to tame. And why would you even want to? Because that's what makes you uniquely you. You know, so I think that you want peace, and most of all, though, I do feel you want being in the space of healing. And if you feel like talking about something is going to aid in the healing of yourself or this person or the situation, then I feel you will participate in it. But if you feel like it's just going to create more worry for you or stress for you, then I feel that you'll make that judgment call, right, to kind of veer away, or at least that's what the encouragement is here. I feel you showing up very confident and very independent. I want to sing that song. I-N-D-E-P-E-N-D-E-N-T. All right, this person, Ace of Swords, where they had the wheel. They're definitely getting clarity. They're getting answers. The Wheel of Karma is showing up, so it could be that this person is now getting their end of the stick, their karma, right? Whatever. I don't know how people don't believe in karma, because it's obvious that whatever you put out comes back to you, good and bad. And I'm not talking about just the words you say. I'm talking about the energy you give and the thoughts you think. So there's something that was put out in the past that is now coming back around, and it's on this person's end. It's giving them an opportunity to close that karmic chapter, to self-reflect, and try and find balance and peace within themselves as well. And so I feel you both kind of going into a much better energetic space, a much better place in your heart and your emotions, and a more balanced energy. So let's see what the guidance is. Guidance. 33. I can find harmony by feeling for improved thoughts. If we were contemplating an action that caused negative emotion, we would not proceed with the action until we resolve the negative emotion that lives within. We would make sure that we had come into alignment with our higher self before proceeding. By feeling for the improved thought in time, and usually in a short time, you will feel more harmony of your source, and you will know the appropriateness of your behavior. We would not look for the long list of right and wrong, but instead we would feel for the emotion of alignment. And then, wow, that's literally what I was saying. There's something. If you're in a negative mood, wait till it passes before you choose your words and choose your actions. Because I promise you, when you are under the influence of source, aka alignment, you will choose your words and your actions much more carefully, and those words and actions will align with the outcome you want. Make a wise choice. All right, so we're going to leave it there for now. Zodiac signs you could be connecting with or having your own chart. I have Libra, I have Virgo, I have Sagittarius, Capricorn, Leo, I have Aries, Libra, I have Scorpio, and I have Cancer and Pisces. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is general. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. I read all of your comments, by the way. And also give me a like, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future content. Also check me out on Facebook, linked in the description box and in the About section. Otherwise, wishing you the very best, Sagittarius. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.